going to start with Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, who is live with us now from Capitol Hill. Senator Schumer, I'm so grateful to have you
Kasie.
in the arena.
Good afternoon.
I want to start with this hold that you've put on these nominees, because, of course, Democrats have been pushing you and the colleagues of yours that you lead to do more to oppose President Trump. Is that what this is?
No, this is an issue of outright bribery and a serious issue of national security as well. To let any foreign country donate, quote unquote, a 747 that is the presidential plane, Air Force One, that's the most sophisticated plane in the world, more than any other plane. And there are huge security issues if someone else donates it. In fact, if this happens, and I pray to God that it doesn't because it's such a security risk, they'd have to take apart the entire plane down to the screws and nuts and bolts and see if any listening devices were implanted in it. So it's a huge national security issue. It's an issue of bribery. This is probably the biggest, I'm certain, it's the biggest gift, quote unquote, that has ever been given to a sitting president. And as your person said there, not only is there no free lunch, there's no free Air Force One.
I think I was saying it was my mother who frequently told me that.
Well, I'm glad to quote
no
your mother,
lunch.
Kasie. She's a very wise woman.
Thank you very much, Senator. Bottom line here, though, it doesn't seem like anybody could actually stop this from happening. Is there anything you can do to stop it?
Well, you've heard even on your show, there are a whole lot of Republicans who are worried here. I hope they're worried about the bribery issue and the relationship that Trump has. You know, there's something called FARA, Foreign Agents Registration Act, that already this Justice Department has weakened. Who are the other Qatari agents here? What relationships have they had? What offers have they made to Donald Trump, to members of his family, to members of his administration? So there are so many issues here that I hope, we've already heard some Republican congressional people talk about how bad this is, and I hope there are some serious people within the administration who take our national security seriously, who will tell Trump he can't do this. But it's outrageous, and by putting a hold, Kasie, we'll be able to debate it, we'll be able to vote on these nominees, and I think the more sunlight that's brought to this issue, they didn't want to make it public, the greater the public outcry there will be, and hopefully that will persuade this administration to not do this, not only dumb idea, but dangerous, dangerous idea.
Senator, I want to ask you also about what's been going on in the Democratic Party. You, of course, have come in for no small amount of criticism from members of your own party. I'm going to speak later in the hour with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who's talked about do-nothing Democrats, politicians, pundits. Do you think that he was including you in that criticism, and is there any validity to it?
All I know is that Democrats in the House and the Senate are fighting this new reconciliation bill tooth and nail. It's the largest Medicaid cut in history. If it happens, 14 million people will lose their health care between this and ACA. Many more will pay, their premiums will go through the roof. Rural hospitals, local hospitals will close. Many, many will be thrown out of work, and many, many more will not get health care. So we are together. We're on our front foot. We're fighting very hard on this issue, and that's why the Republicans are having such trouble putting their reconciliation bill together. We're fighting on this. We're fighting on Social Security. And then finally, when you realize they're cutting Medicaid, cutting health care, going after Social Security, all for tax breaks for the billionaires, it's outrageous. And the public is on our side on this issue.
I do hear the Democratic messaging that you always say that the Republic is on the side for. Sir, I really do want to ask you about something that has been breaking out of CNN. Our Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson have written a book called Original Sin, and they call it a cover-up of Biden's health and his cognition and his fitness, quite frankly, to be president of the United States. You sat next to Biden in the Oval Office, February 27th, 2024, just a handful of months before the president took that debate stage. And it was later reported that you and other Democratic leaders were talking before the debate about having a plan. You and Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama. I understand you later denied that that ever happened. But I am curious, I'm interested to know whether the man that you saw sitting there on that couch on that day You were in there, you saw him up close and personal. Did you really not have any idea that he was not fit to serve a second term?
Kasie, we're looking forward. We have the largest Medicaid cut in front of us. We have the whole federal
you're
government
facing all
at
of
risk.
this because you lost a presidential election. And is that not Joe Biden's responsibility for deciding to run again?
We're looking forward.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Senator Chuck Schumer, I know you got to go. I appreciate your time today. We'll see you soon, I hope. Thank you.
Take care.
All
Bye-bye.
right.